crap. What am I trying to say? Amanda, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to hang out with me. Today's video, we are collabing again with my girl, Get This Glowing. I warned you guys we had so many other collabs planned, and here we are, back at it again because of all the ideas she presented, and I was super excited for everything. Thank you so much to Get This Glowing for wanting to collab with me again. She is an amazing friend, beautiful inside and out, and her videos have taught me a lot about mature skin, which I don't have yet, but I'm very into anti-aging. She does a lot of unboxings and reviews of products, and we are doing tag challenge videos for our collabs. These videos are a lot of fun for me, and I hope they are fun for you guys to watch, so definitely check her channel out. And if you're visiting from her channel, thank you so much for stopping by and giving my channel a chance. I really do appreciate it. Today's video, I am sharing with you my top 10 favorite purchases of 2019, and this was really hard because I purchased a lot. I mainly purchased from Sephora and Ulta, but there are times where I will purchase from Morphe or ColourPop. Those are like the two main other websites I purchased from. I do go to Target a lot, but there wasn't anything on my Target list that really stood out for me to be on this video. Pretty much everything is from Sephora or Ulta, with the exception of one other brand, which I'm very new to, that I've recently started purchasing from as well. But I think if you have seen any of my previous videos, you might know which brand it is. Go on ahead and leave a comment who you think it is before I unveil it. If you're interested in seeing what my top 10 purchases of 2019 were, definitely keep on watching. Before I jump in, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel before clicking off this video. I post new videos Monday through Friday of subscription unboxings, beauty hauls, first impressions, eyeshadow palette reviews, and more. Also, I hope you are watching during the month of November because I have my massive Thanksgiving giveaway currently open right now. I will leave a link in the cards and also the description below to check out after watching this video. But wait, there's more. I am wearing the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm palette on my eyes, topped off with the Dose of Colors lipstick in the shade Date Night. All right, let the countdown begin. This is in no particular order. I started writing down products and then I went through my orders to make sure I did buy them in 2019. The product that's my number 1 or is my number 10 or any number in between does not mean that's like my, oh my gosh, my favorite one. I love each and every one of these products for a different reason, so we're just gonna go from there. And I do have 2 skincare items. Not everything was makeup, so maybe let's start with skincare. The first one is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Sleep Mask, and I mentioned that it was dethroned by Elemis, but I have been using this one so much longer and it is more affordable than Elemis. It definitely feels a little weird when you put it on. It's almost a little slimy, but I like it, honestly. This is actually a very refreshing item to put in your fridge before you do put it on because it adds that really cooling feeling to it. That's if you're into that. I don't use this nightly. I use it every other night because with it being so cold these days, I like to use a hydrating oil for my face to really soak in overnight. I will do my entire skincare routine and this will be my last step. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's what I've been doing and that's what I've told my friends to do and they seem to be liking that, so I'm gonna continue doing it and continue to recommend using it like that just because of how much it's been helping my dry skin. I really haven't had an interest to be using typical traditional masks these days because I've loved sleep masks so far, and this was the first sleep mask that I have tried and has got me hooked on sleep masks, so that is why I felt like it deserved a slot on my top 10 favorite purchases of 2019. Another item that has recently dethroned another item, the Belief Aqua Bomb. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite moisturizers I have ever used. Now I do have to give it to Tatcha for being the first water cream that I've tried. There's a lot more brands putting out products called water creams, this being one, and I absolutely love it because they are so light but they are super moisturizing, especially for like the spring summer when it's warmer. I need something like that. This actually hasn't been enough for me recently. I've been using a thicker cream like my It and a Confidence cream just because of how dry my skin has been. I'm looking at my monitor right now. I feel crusty and dry. I still use it primarily in the mornings because I like a lighter cream in the morning because my face does like to secrete oil throughout the day, so that's why I will use something like this as opposed to a gel. I've actually been liking water creams more than gels, and usually I prefer a gel. The Believe Aqua Bomb, it's a lot more affordable than the Tatcha water cream. You get the same amount of product. I found my face just really locking in the moisture, not really poofing away after a few hours. Makeup. I have a lot of palettes. Go figure. I actually had to group a brand together because I was really torn which one to include. So I'm including both, but I'm kind of just using the brand as a top purchase. They were released around the same time, but I bought them at 2 separate points because Ulta didn't have them at the same time. They are the Juvia's Place Nomad palette and Warrior 3 palette. I love this palette for fall. It is just a beautiful color story, and I love Juvia's Place's formula. These shades blend so nice, and the payoff is all day wear. I love this for the fall with those grungier colors, and when I'm feeling creative, I've been reaching for the Warrior 3 palette. You can literally make a rainbow look out of it. These 2 shimmer shades are my absolute favorite from this palette. I just love how Juvia's shimmers feel. They just look so nice on the lids, and the mattes blend out super nice. I don't really run into harshness. Everything looks nice and blended out. I have created so many different looks with these palettes, even though they are 9 pans. I would think for myself I would be limited towards it, but I have been feeling super inspired by both of these color stories, and Juvia's formula just always knocks it out of the park for me. They're kind of in between of a drugstore and a prestige brand, but you can find them on the more affordable side at Ulta. Pretty much any coupon works on Juvia's Place at Ulta just to save a little extra coin. I know Juvia's Place and Ulta will put some of their items on sale. It does make it even more affordable. Next is kind of fairly recent to my collection, but I have been using these non-stop. They are the Dose of Colors eyeliners. I picked these up during the last 21 Days of Beauty. I got both brown and black, and I'm glad I got both of them because sometimes I don't always want black eyeliner on my waterline. It really depends on the look. Like a fall grunge look, if I'm using like Nomad palette for example, I'm definitely gonna lead towards more of a brown because it looks better when I smoke out my lower lash. But pretty much like colorful looks or everyday looks, I will use a black eyeliner. I like that these are retractable. These are super creamy. They don't budge or smudge. And I got the wateriest, is that even a word? My eyes tend to water really easily. So it is a struggle for me to find a really good eyeliner that won't budge or smudge or just start running when I'm trying to create an eye look. I definitely plan on repurchasing these down the line. I just have so much eyeliner. I have so many Urban Decay 24/7 pencils, but these are just ones that I've been reaching for. I used to be a huge fan of the Stila ones. I just haven't repurchased them because there's always something new coming out. These are a little bit more affordable than the Stila ones, especially since I did get them on sale, but they also have more colors, which I'm curious to look into just because brown or black are the ones I usually use for my looks. But there are times where I do want to pair maybe a blue or a green eyeliner depending on if the look calls for it. I just don't have any of those in my collection. So I went to grab this item for this video and I couldn't find the physical product, and I don't know where it is, and I love it so much. Where is it? I was freaking out where it was, but I'm glad I kept the box, and I only kept the box because of like the sentimental reason of me buying this, and it is the Buxom Boy Babe collaboration with Kohl's World. I adore Kohl's World. He is one of my favorite influencers. He always looks snatched in his looks. I just admire him. I love the looks he creates, and I think he has a promising career as long as he stays out of drama. When I saw that he was collabing with Buxom, I got super excited. I knew I had to buy it. I bought it the first day it was released on Sephora's website. I've only used the gloss once, and then I set it on my vanity, and then I rearranged my vanity, so it's around here somewhere. I love Buxom's gloss formula. It is plumping, and I do talk about that I am allergic to most plumping glosses. And when I first bought Buxom's gloss, I didn't realize it was plumping, but I did not have a reaction to it. So the other brand that I forgot to mention that is very new to me as of this year is Gerard Cosmetics. They had a mystery box early on in the year. I think it was around Easter, springtime, and I bought the diamond one, but you got like a really good high value in that mystery box, and I was able to try their setting sprays and a bunch of their lip products, and I rave about the Slay All Day setting sprays. They have become my new favorite, and this was the product I've been so interested in trying, so I was super glad to finally bite the bullet and get a mystery box. I have repurchased so many of these setting sprays. I love cucumber, lavender. This is mango. I don't know if mango still exists on their site because I haven't seen it. I got watermelon in the Pride mystery box that they have done, and they are also doing mystery boxes for Black Friday, so I plan on picking some up. I also love the Supreme Creams as well. For me, they are a hybrid between a gloss and a satin lipstick because they are super opaque, but they are juicy like glosses. I love it. Wild Berry Tart is my absolute favorite shade, and then their Hydra Matte liquid lipsticks are so good. I love the formula. I love how it dries down. It doesn't dry out my lips like Kylie Cosmetics. It has really good payoff even if you eat or drink. You really just have to touch up in like the center of your lip, which is very typical. And then Honeymoon is my favorite shade from that line. I know, pinks, right? I'm so glad I finally tried Gerard Cosmetics. I always get excited when they do a sale around the holidays because I can stock up on a lot of items for a good price. I'm sure you guys are waiting for me to say ABH eye primer. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes. Now that I've started doing my eyeshadow palette reviews with one eye with ABH primer, one eye with concealer, I definitely like how the shades pop more with the ABH primer. It is such a nice tacky base, just like Tarte Shape Tape, but it's white, so maybe that's why it pops a little bit more. I would like to see them do the approach of like P. Louise, for instance, but without taking the poppiness of colorway. And I know a lot of people don't like this base because of how messy it is. I haven't run into that issue. Yes, you can tell that I've been using the product, but mine doesn't randomly start squeezing out. I'm running so low on this right now. I just haven't bit the bullet to repurchase it because I still have a lot of Tarte Shape Tape as well as Urban Decay Potion Primer, but I do know I'm gonna miss it once I run out of it. Definitely see my eyeshadows having really good payoff throughout the day when I use this primer, as well as they blend really nice on the primer too compared to Tarte Shape Tape where it's very stubborn. I actually have a favorite foundation of 2019. It is the Too Faced Do You foundation. I love it because I can either wear this foundation very sheer for a more natural look, or I can build it up to full coverage. It says it's a full coverage foundation, but it allows you to build up. Most of my full coverage foundations go on very harsh, and it's full coverage or nah. There is a scent, but it doesn't irritate my sensitive skin, and its shade matches me so good. I struggle shade matching concealer and foundation, and recently brow products, and I use the shade Natural Beige. It has a neutral undertone, whereas a lot of foundations, concealers have a pink, peach, yellow undertone, which is too much for me. Blends out super nice. Even if it's a full coverage, I don't look too dried out. It provides a really nice finish without exposing my pores and lines. And the last two products are eyeshadow palettes, but I do have some honorable mentions I do want to quickly go over. It's really hard to limit myself to 10 where I have so many, but I felt like these deserved at least an honorable mention, and two of the products are really new, so the fact that they are even considered an honorable mention says a lot to me. In the spring, during the Sephora VIB haul, I picked up a Marc Jacobs set. It included one of their bronzers, which their bronzers are so good. I've only used this one a handful of times because I'm currently using the coconut one. This is the shade 102 Tantric, and it came in a set with one of their glosses and their mascaras. This was my first Marc Jacobs purchase, and I have been hooked on this brand ever since. I bought their eyeliner, which I love. It's a little bit more expensive than the Dose one. That's why I gave it to Dose in this video. To me, it's very comparable to the Dose's formula. You're just paying for Dose's name or Marc Jacobs' name. The mascara has also been one that I really like. I haven't tried their eyelash primer yet, but their mascara is super good by itself or with my Lancome XL booster. And then their glosses are super nice. This is like a neuter gloss for me, but I really like the formula of it, and I've been wanting to look at some other shades of their glosses that they have. As I mentioned, this was my first Marc Jacobs purchase. It was like my gateway. I'm not gonna use gateway, that's like drugs. It has allowed me to want to explore the brand a little bit more. It has always been a brand that I always found really pricey, so I've always kind of stayed away from it. Next is the Maybelline Hyper Easy Liquid Eyeliner. I don't know what it is about this eyeliner, but it really is hyper easy. I don't know if it's the component or the weight of this product to make you get a really nice precise line. I am obsessed with it. I cannot stop using it. I do have a small gripe with it. It really likes shimmer shadows, which most eyeliners do. I feel like if I had to repeatedly apply eyeliner to my eye, I feel like this eyeliner would do a good job every single time. Out of all the eyeliners I've ever tried to achieve a close to perfect line across my eye. Who would have ever thought a Kylie Cosmetics product would ever hit any of my top favorites, because this concealer is. I almost put e.l.f. Camo Concealer on my top 10 purchases, but I didn't because of this concealer. But it's also too new to be on the actual list, so that's why I put it on the honorable mentions. It is more of a medium coverage, which is okay. I can actually build it up to more full because of my dark circles and fine lines under there, but it's super hydrating, which I love. A lot of concealers dry me out underneath my under eyes. I'm looking at you, Tarte Shape Tape. What's also nice, it blends out really nice. I don't feel like I'm there for 10 years just trying to blend out concealer. And on top of all of those perks for me, this one shade matches me the best. As I mentioned with my Tutti Frutti foundation, I struggle because of the undertones. This actually has a more yellow undertone than neutral or pink or peach, and it works out so good with my skin tone. So the final two, Natasha Denona Sunrise Palette. This was my first Natasha Denona purchase I have ever made, and I love it. I still find the brand to be super bougie and extra with the price, but her shadows are very good quality. I love this palette. It is probably my favorite warm tone palette that I own. All of the shades in here, I can go for a neutral look. I can do pops of color. I love how the mattes blend out. I love the shimmers. I just love this palette. I hope she continues to do palettes like these because they are about half of the product. Actually, you get a little bit more than half of eyeshadow product than her $129 palettes, but these are more affordable and you get a lot of shades compared to those big palettes. I also have picked up the Metropolis palette, which I think it's closer to 30 shades and most of her palettes are 15, but it is still $129, but you do get more shades. That's the most I've ever spent on a beauty item. I can and I can't see the hype around her eyeshadow palettes. I can because of how good everything blends and pays off, but I can't because that price point is so inflated and not budget friendly. I don't reach for this palette as much as I want to because of how expensive it is. And that's why I'm also hesitant on the Metropolis palette, because I do want to do a review, but it's so pretty that I don't want to ruin it, so I'm conflicted. And I'm spiraling right now. And then last but certainly not least, I had to throw in the Jeffree Star Mini Controversy palette. I have not used Conspiracy yet. I love Shane Dawson. He is one of the OG pioneers of the wonderful platform that we are currently on right now. And I love that Jeffree Star is giving him this kind of opportunity because Shane does so much for everyone else. So to see him thrive like this is really, really exciting. I do have some opinions about the series, but that is not what this is about. This is about his collab. But I do enjoy this palette. I know for me, I didn't think I was gonna love this one nearly as much. I have done a 3 looks 1 palette video and I've been using it off camera as well, and I'm just so gravitated towards the shade My Apology. All over the lid, Call It a Day is my kind of shade, but it also caters to like the more colorful shades as well. I also want to try pairing it with Conspiracy just to see how the two work hand in hand. And I just love like the detail that went into it, from like the names of the shades to choosing the shades as well as the little prints in the shades. So these were my top 10 favorite purchases of 2019. I would love to know what your top 10 purchases were. It was really hard to narrow down to 10 because there are so many I wanted to include. Smash that like and leave a comment below if you would like to see a similar style video, but with products that I have received in the subscription box. I do receive a lot of subscription boxes. I do have a lot of feelings about the products that we receive in subscription boxes, so I would definitely love to do a video for you guys if that is something you guys are interested in. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, thank you for the view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to enter the giveaway! Bye!